let's start off with a niche that you need to avoid. So Posty is trending, or Jelly and Posty, I should say. Those are two artists or singers that are on tour. It's Post Malone is the bottom one. I don't know who Jelly is, but anyway, the thing is, this is basically just like Taylor Swift trending. Those designs often get deleted, and these will as well. Definitely not safe. So don't sell these. And if you didn't catch last week's episode, by the way, or the previous episode, it wasn't last week, I've now added a section to the end where I'm going to show not just current trends, but also what's coming up in 2 months in the future by looking at the archive feature and what was selling last year in the month of, what would it be now? June, July. So I'll look at what's selling the end of July, so you can kind of prepare in advance. But first of all, we're focusing on what's trending right now, and the next niche that you need to avoid is this one. Ibrahim Traore is trending. I'm not sure why. I didn't look into the story behind this. I just asked ChatGPT, is this a controversial figure, and it said yes. And typically controversial political trends are dangerous on Amazon, no matter what your opinion is on the matter. These are niches that do occasionally appear and start to trend, but then get taken down after some time. So it's definitely something I would stay away from. Also, almost all of these designs use what looks like actual photos of these people. So that's also another reason not to jump on the trend. That's usually not allowed. So just stay away from it. There's tons and tons of other trends that are definitely safe, which we're going to go into now. The first one being Father's Day, and this is coming up in about 3 weeks from now. So a ton of sales happening right now and throughout the next 3 weeks and throughout the rest of the year, really, because this is an evergreen niche. These designs are aimed at dads, at fathers, and it's one of those niches that is evergreen, but it has multiple spikes throughout the year because it will also spike for Christmas. And I know Father's Day is very competitive. There is lots and lots of low BSRs right here, but what if you want to target a sub niche? One example I found is this one, Dad Mows Best, or Father Mows Best. And there's a lot of new designs popping up in this one, targeting dads that like to mow the lawn, I guess. So published 11 days ago, 300k BSR already, really quick success on this one. Published 20 days ago, similar BSR. This one was published 15 days ago. So yeah, tons of new shirts popping up in this trend. Not a niche that I've ever looked at or uploaded designs to, but it seems to be quite a passionate one. And yeah, we've got Father Mows Best, Dad Mows Best, and I saw another one here somewhere, Papa Pops. So there's multiple ways to approach it right there. Really interesting. And we've got one with the American flag. Nice. That could potentially then sell for July the 4th as well. But anyway, so that's the first sub-niche example. I've got a few. The next one is just a dad. This is a trend that kind of started, I'm guessing about a year ago, but I only started seeing it doing really well this year, really. And this is another one of those where you have tons and tons of new badges. There's different ways to approach it. We've got a raccoon ranking at the top, which is no surprise, really. Seems to be the most popular animal right now on merch shirts. We've got skeleton, we've got Bigfoot, of course. Some of these are just literally milk cartons. And yeah, definitely a niche with high demand. Lots of good BSRs, lots of new badges, meaning that these shirts were posted less than 30 days ago. Here we've got two that were published less than 2 weeks ago, and they are already selling regularly. And I can also sell these. I can also see these selling after Father's Day throughout the year. So that's it in terms of the Father's Day trend, but we've got a lot more to come. Trending niche number 2 is a sub niche to July the 4th, which is coming up in, well, about a month and a half now. And there's already a ton of shirts doing really well for this. Red, white, and feral seems to be the number one seller right here with a 100k BSR right now. I mean, this is not solely or exclusively for July the 4th, but judging from the designs and the style, these will definitely do extremely well once it gets closer and closer to that event. And yeah, these are all typically a raccoon, and that's mostly associated with the feral trend or feral designs. We also used to see a lot more possums in the kind of feral niche. We could probably also do this with cats perhaps, but these all seem to be raccoons right here. And yeah, we've got some fireworks, hot dogs in these designs. Definitely a mixture of different graphics and styles right here. This on the right looks kind of like like an ideogram design. And notice how all of these have new badges. Like this is definitely a new sub niche, a new trend. All of them are 2016, 8 days old right here with a 200k BSR. And look at this one being on the slate grey shirt. Definitely stands out. Almost all of the other ones are either in white or in black. Slate grey still is a very popular color, and sometimes it can help you stand out a little bit by just publishing on that color. You can also see this niche doing pretty well on Etsy. I've typed in red, white, and feral shirt right here, and there's tons of these that have a popular now badge or even a bestseller badge, as you can see. And all of them say listing age 1 month. Many of them have no statistics yet, which is always a sign that they are brand new. And yeah, definitely a ton of demand, not just on Amazon, but on Etsy as well for this. There's a mixture here of PNG downloads. That's why some of these are so cheap, like 40 cents. And then others are actual t-shirts that are printed. So yeah, another popular badge, bestseller badge right here. So this is definitely in high demand and seems to work for both PNGs and also print on demand. Moving on from that, the third trend, is it number 3? Yeah, the third one I've got for you today is Serious Goose. And there's been a bit of a trend for a while now with silly goose in designs. But recently I've seen more of a shift towards the Serious Goose. And the bestseller under the search term right here in Flying Research kind of proves that, because it's only 10 days old and it has a 130k BSR. That's a really good BSR for a 10-day old listing. And there's another one here, kind of similar, a goose with a gun, and this is only 8 days old. Now it does have a higher BSR, but that's still really impressive. Here we've got more of a kind of EDM style retro design, 9 days old, 800k BSR. So yeah, that kind of Serious Goose idea with the gun seems to really resonate with people. There's also a couple here with the gym theme, lifting weights, which is quite cool. But I'm sure that there will be other things, other kind of graphical twists you can do to this that still match the serious theme and aren't just copying, you know, a goose with a gun, a goose with a barbell. So try that out. I'm guessing if you throw this in ChatGPT, ask it for similar ideas. A goose or what could the goose be holding besides a gun to symbolize it being serious? It'd probably help you come up with some ideas. But yeah, tons of people like this kind of goose, funny design on shirts, so it's doing pretty well. Now on Etsy, I actually see more of the Silly Goose shirts doing well. So we've got a bunch of bestseller badges right here. Silly Goose official club member, that's pretty fun. Kind of that social club style. Didn't see that on Amazon, but the Serious Goose one is definitely starting to appear here as well. It's just not as many good sellers. I like this style as well. That's pretty cool. Silly and then goose as a graphic rather than spelling it out. You could probably do the same with the Serious Goose idea as well. So anyway, this is definitely one, seems to work on both platforms. Let's try Serious Goose here as well. Why not? There is a popular now badge for this one. This one doesn't have a badge yet. Bestseller on the right, that is that gym themed one, but there's not as many badges right here for this niche specifically on Etsy. So it seems to be doing better on Amazon than it does on this platform. Trending niche number 4 is kitty biscuits, and not sure why this is trending, but there is a lot of cats that are needing dough by the looks of it, as if they're baking something. And the bestseller has got a 120k BSR with only 12 days of being up on Amazon, which is crazy. 7 days ago right here, and that's got 250k BSR. Lots of new badges as well with different design styles. So yeah, for some reason, cats or kittens baking is something that people want to buy right now, and I couldn't see a trademark on this. Let's just open up this listing on Amazon right here, do a quick trademark check just to be sure. Yeah, nothing comes up for Kitty Biscuits Bakery. And I also had a quick Google. I didn't find anything obvious of this being related to a brand. If you know of anything, let us know in the comments, but I couldn't find anything. So this does seem to be a niche that's just in really high demand right now. I mean, almost all of these were published very, very recently in the last couple of weeks and are getting a decent BSR. So have fun designing for this. Seems like a really fun one, especially with AI. And another niche that is trending down on Amazon, down in BSR, I mean, on Amazon right now, is Juneteenth. This is on the 19th of June, and this typically gets a ton of sales. It already is getting quite a lot of sales. We can see kind of the first one that's properly related to the holiday, or the celebration right here, with a 130k BSR published 100 days ago. So that is really, really strong, considering we're still 4 weeks out from the actual event. The color scheme for Juneteenth itself is red, yellow, and green. You see that throughout this. There is some designs mixed in here which I wouldn't sell. Like for some reason, all of these boots on the ground ones are showing up. That is related to a song as well, some sort of line dancing song. So stay away from that. The whole boots on the ground thing. It might kind of show up right here, but it's not related to that. Well, it might be related to Juneteenth in some way, but it's not a safe sub niche is what I want to say. So yeah, Juneteenth, always a big trend. We've got a few weeks to kind of enter this. And one quick tip as well with flying research, something you can do here is advanced options. And then let's look at just listings or designs that are posted in May. Why not? And then hit search again. That way we can see what's new in this niche. And if we just ignore the boots on the ground, let's try and exclude that here. Boots on the ground. There we go. So hopefully now we should have a clearer example of new listings that are, you know, just published in the last few weeks and that aren't related to that song. And this should hopefully inspire you or give you some new ideas of sub niches that might work for Juneteenth. So yeah, hope you have fun designing for this, and I hope it will help you pick up some sales during June. Moving on to an Etsy trend, here we've got later gator shirts, which seems to be doing well on Etsy all of a sudden. So there's a bunch of bestseller, popular now badges right here, as you can see. And yeah, this stands for later alligator, but it's literally just the word later and then a graphic of the animal. Now, some of these are very, very new. So you'll see listing age 1, and then the monthly sale count and everything is just still sitting at 0, even though it has a bestseller badge. So it seems like they're not getting any sales, but if you click into this, this one has the in 20 plus baskets badge, which is always a good indication of a lot of people buying this stuff. The bestseller badge as well, of course. But I'm guessing this is probably just like a week old or something like that, and it's just started to pick up steam. It has 137 favorites, so there's definitely a lot of traffic going through this for a brand new listing. Let's go back to this page here. We've got estimated monthly sales 55. This is a bit of an older listing. Same here, 50 monthly sales. What if we click into one of these? Also has the in 20 plus baskets, and then it has about 800 favorites right here at the bottom. So yeah, definitely it seems to be a niche that's in high demand. A lot of people seem to like it, and it's fairly easy to create designs for. So later gator shirts or funny alligator is probably something you might want to include as well. What happens if we type this in? So later gator, or let's just do later. What is it? Autofill. Most of these say gator, different product types, but there is also later alligator right here, which yeah, I would include that in my listing as well. Anyway, so that is the first kind of Etsy specific trend. Let's move on to the next one. Another trend on Etsy is wine club shirts, and I feel like every time I do research on Etsy, there's a new kind of take on this whole social club t-shirt design style. In this case, it is to do with wine. So we've got Olivia's Wine Club on the left, Napa Valley 2025, bridal wine club shirt. It says here we've got custom bachelorette. So a lot of these will be bachelorette shirts. We've also got the bride on 2 of these right here. So what about the badge? So bestseller badge for this one, just 1 month old, this listing. Same up here, 1 month old, no stats indexed yet. Bestseller badge. So a ton of demand for this for new listings as well. And if we scroll down a bit further, what you can definitely tell is there's more red, which would make sense with this being about wine. Usually a lot of the social club designs, they come in these kind of forest green thumbnails, but here there's a lot more red, or beige shirts with red text, I should say, is definitely dominant. Another one that stands out to me is this one right here, wine birthday party shirt. So not about bachelorette. This is probably like a wine tasting thing. Girls like group matching shirts right here with different phrases. And also bestseller badge. This one is 4 months old, and Everbee's showing a 12% conversion rate for this listing, which is a really good sign. I also haven't seen any other like group shirts like that. Oh, here's another one. but that's a bachelorette party one. Anyway, so definitely handy to have these extra stats from Everbee underneath the listings to kind of see some extra things. Sometimes if the listing is brand new, like this is another one, bestseller badge, brand new listing, then it doesn't have the data yet. I'm guessing this has literally just been posted a few days ago. Again, it does say in 20 plus baskets, but Everbee hasn't recognized any stats yet. 89 favorites as well. So anyway, that is the wine club trend right now on Etsy, which I'd never seen before, and it commonly has that one color, very simplistic social club design style that you customize with names, with the year and the location. And as promised, let's take a look at the archive tab together and see what's potentially going to trend in 2 months from now. So I've entered the 24th of July 2024, and this is showing the best sellers on that date. And you can see the history rank at the top. So this shirt used to have a 101 BSR, and at the bottom it shows the current BSRs of these listings. So don't get confused, there are 2 BSR ranks showing. Now most of this is going to be related to politics, the election. We'll ignore those, and I'll scroll through this and kind of let you know if I see anything that will be repeating this year. The first one being this right here. So mid-year report, still naughty, had a 40 kBSR. Now it has a 400 kBSR, but this is related to Christmas in July. I think I spoke about this in the last episode, but that will be trending in July. We're still looking at July, so yeah, this was still doing well. Here's a retired shirt, retired 2024, not my problem anymore. I'm guessing a lot of people get retired in the summer. That might be why it was trending. Now it's definitely dropped off because it has the wrong year and the design, right? So that doesn't help. And we've got another couple of Christmas in July designs. This one and the one with Santa holding a beer, 500 kBSR, and again 550 kBSR. Now they have terrible BSR, so you wouldn't really assume that this is a niche that could do well in 2 months from now. Here we've got Kindergarten Dude, which is an indicator of the next trend that will be happening in July. Let's see if we can find any others. We've got 4th grade right here, 4th grade vibes. Yes, so essentially this is a pattern of shirts that will work for back to school, which is always big during July, or July and August, mainly August, but obviously we'll start selling in July. So here we've got another one. I'm ready for kindergarten, but is it ready for me? That had an 80 kBSR at the end of July, as did this Hello 4th grade design. So 4th grade seems to be really popular for shirts. Not sure why specifically that grade, but there's a few we've seen now with that phrase on it. And yeah, this is doing extremely well last year too. Now it has a terrible BSR, but that is most likely going to drop again in a short span of time. It's a Jamaican thing. I think I saw another Jamaica design somewhere, so maybe there's a reason for that. Let's see on Google. And here's that pattern appearing again with that same design for the grade. Yeah, so Jamaican Independence Day is on the 6th of August 2025. That's probably why this was trending, 86 kBSR. Now it's still got a decent BSR, don't get me wrong, but this kind of design will probably do a lot better when that Independence Day comes around again. We've got K for kindergarten. In my 3rd grade era, I don't like the era designs because it's related to Taylor, but another back to school thing. We've got Christmas in July again, Hello Kindergarten. So I think you get the overall themes. We've seen a few of these Feral Girl summer ones as well with the possum right here. I think that will probably have a comeback as well this year. Maybe not with the possum, maybe more likely with raccoons, because that seems to be the most popular animal. But anyway, that's definitely one worth considering as well. Definitely a big focus though on the back to school thing and Christmas in July. But here we go. There's another Jamaica design just to give you some proof for that as well. 99k back at the end of July last year, and now it has a 240 kBSR. So clearly the demand spikes closer to the Independence Day. So hope this helps you out. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of section at the end, to help you prepare for stuff that's coming up in about 2 months' time. If you're an Amazon merch seller, you would massively benefit from watching this video next, where I share my top 5 favorite free tools for 2025 that will help you find better niches and save a ton of time.